Good day, everybody, and today we are going to talk about those glorious handlebars called Ape Hangers. Some people love them, some people can't stand them, but there's one thing about them is that they're really a divisive topic. You either love them or hate them. There's usually no in between. Now, if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you'll know that I'm one of those people that love Ape Hangers. I love having that fists in the wind feeling, just something about them. I really like them. To me, they make the motorcycle. Now, the first motorcycle I had, or I should say the first Harley I had, was a 93 883 Sportster, and the first thing I did on that bike was change the handlebars to apes. And I've also had them on some of my other bikes as well. Any bike that I can put them on, I put them on. But if we're going to talk about Ape Hangers, we should really talk about where they started. Now, I've seen kind of some debate about where they actually came from. My understanding, and this is what I believe is the correct origin of them, was in World War II, you had scouts and soldiers that would ride motorcycles, where you had the enemy actually stringing wire across either buildings or trees, meant to basically clothesline the person and more or less take their head off when they're riding. So my understanding is what some of the soldiers started to do was they would weld either a steel pole somewhere in the front, or they'd get those high bars, so at least the wire would hit those bars first. Now, it may take them off the bike, but at the same time, they're going to keep their head. And when these guys got out of the service, I mean, a lot of the bike clubs that were started by veterans, and it just started to become the style of the time, and it just developed from there. Now, if you're somebody who likes Ape Hangers and has Ape Hangers and has had them for a while, you've probably been asked a ton of questions, and that's actually where this video came from, because someone was asking me about it the other day. Why do you have Ape Hangers? And do your shoulders get sore? All that kind of thing. I can say for me, I've never had a problem with my shoulders being sore. I'm not holding my arms up like this the whole time. I'm just hanging on. I've never had any problems with my back. For me, Ape Hangers are not only a style, but for me, they're for comfort as well. Especially on something like a Fat Boy like I had before, I always feel kind of hunched over with the stock bars. Putting on the Ape Hangers, I had 16-inch ones on the last bike, really allowed me to kind of straighten up a little more, and it was not as hard on my back, because with those stock bars, I was having a lot of problems. Now, obviously, it's mostly a style thing, because I can't say that it's ever helped handling wise, but I've always loved them. There's just something about that fist in the wind feeling that really does it for me. So the big question is, are they right? Are they right for you? Are they worth it? Well, it depends, because they're like a lot of things in the motorcycle world, extremely subjective. Like I say, you either love them or you hate them. For a guy like me who's about 6 feet tall, I have gangly, longer limbs, they work great for me. But if you're a smaller or a shorter dude, I don't know if they would. That might just be even worse for you. Like I said, it's good for my back. I have no problem with them. I've always loved them, and it's going to be up to you to decide whether they're something you would like to do. Now, if we're going to talk about whether they're worth it, we have to talk about the price, because it's usually not a cheap thing. A good set of Ape Hangers might set you back a little bit, especially you have to get clutch cable, wiring, brake line, that kind of thing. It all adds up. What's also going to be expensive is if you're not doing it yourself. Now, back in the day, when I didn't have very much money at all. I would do all my repairs, all my maintenance, all my modifications myself. Nowadays, I've got more money. I'm more financially stable than I was, so I don't have to do that as much. And if I can have somebody do it for me, I generally do. Maybe I'm getting a little lazy in my old age, but I usually get someone else to do it, like a dealership, to just kind of save me the hassle and save me the curse words. And it can be a real pain in the ass trying to thread wires and things through, if you're internally wired, through the handlebars. However, I will say that some companies do sell kits that come already fully wired, and you don't have to go that route. But again, it's going to be up to you, and it's going to be something that you need to decide for yourself. So in the end, it's like everything else. It's up to you. I mean, things are so subjective out there. Ape hangers, from what I see around here anyway, they've kind of fallen out of favor. I don't see a whole lot of people with them. Most people are using the tall riser, the club style T-bar setup, which is not me. But hey, to each their own. And if you're like me and you want those fists in the wind, I say do it, because you will not be disappointed. But anyway, that's it for now. For anybody wondering what's going on with the new lowrider that I bought that's on order, I have no idea when it's going to come in. I talked to the dealership last week. It still hadn't been shipped. Apparently it's ready to go, but it hasn't been shipped. And I've been having some issues with the dealership, which I will probably do a video about once I actually have the bike in my possession. And when I do the video, you might find out why. But anyway, that's it for today. Just wanted to throw something out there. Go buy a set of Ape hangers. You won't be sorry. See you later.